everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I will make baklava. Baklava, it is a rich sweet dessert made of filo pastry and as filling crushed nuts, different types of nuts, and sugar honey syrup holds everything together. This type of dessert is really popular all Middle Eastern countries, Lebanon, Turkey, Egypt, North African countries, Greece, all those countries. To make this baklava, I will make the syrup at first because I will need the syrup to cool down at room temperature. Here I have got all the ingredients basically ready. Here I have honey, and I will just put the water and the sugar, and I will use clear lemon juice. The acid from the lemon juice will help the sugar not to crystallize. That means that acid will stop crystallizing of sugar. Here I have all the syrup ingredients in the saucepan, and the heat, you need to make sure that flame is not coming on the side, so the sugar may start burning. You will end up with a burnt sugar smell. Keep on stirring on the heat until all the sugar and honey is melted. When they will melt and they will start boiling, I will boil it gently for 3 minutes, and then after 3 minutes of boiling, I will add a teaspoon of rose blossom. If you want different flavors such as maybe orange blossom, sometimes some people they use some cardamom for the flavor. It is your choice. I am using rose blossom because traditionally Middle Eastern countries, when they make, they use rose blossom. The syrup is boiling gently like this for 3 minutes. Now when it is boiling, you don't need to keep on stirring, just to prevent sugar getting stringy, and turn the heat off, and just I think I better put it here, and I will put a teaspoon of rose blossom, and if you are using orange blossom, you can add this one at this stage. Stir it and let it sit here to cool down to use at the end. Here I have all the ingredients to assemble the filo pastry and nut mixture. Here, under the towel here, I have cut all my filo sheets according to the base of my baking dish. I will bake in this one, and depending on your baking dish where you will bake or cook your baklava, sometimes depending on the size of your filo pastry, you can fold it, but need to make sure that each sheet fill up the whole base of the dish. Here I have crushed cashews and pistachio, cinnamon to flavor it up, and sugar. I will mix all the nuts and the sugar and cinnamon for flavor, and just mix it together. This will be the filling. Here, when I am mixing the nuts, I need to talk to you about this filo pastry. It is very fragile, thin, and tend to dry out very quickly. For this reason, whenever you are using filo pastry for any food, when you are doing the preparation, cover your filo pastry with damp tea towel, not wet, just damp. It will stop the pastry drying out. And here is the filling ready, and here I have got melted butter. So when I will start here the dish at first. With the brush, generously put butter on the dish, all the bottom of the dish and the sides as well. Just liberally brush melted butter. Make sure your butter is not really hot when you are putting on the pastry. As I said at the beginning, it is rich, sweet dessert, lots of butter and sugar. So when you have got this butter layered on the base of your dish, get one pastry and just cover the base of your dish. If it breaks, it will not matter that much. Just put this one and then again melted butter, brush melted butter on this layer, then second layer again brush butter, another layer. So you need to keep on layering pastry and buttering at first 7 to 8 sheets. So I have done only one. I will keep on doing like this way up to 8. Here I have layered 8 sheets of Filo pastry, and here from the nut mix, roughly half of the mixture I will layer on this layered pastry. Just evenly use your hand to spread them evenly on your layered pastry sheets. And after this layer, I will keep on layering and buttering another 6 sheets of pastry. On the first layer of nuts, I have buttered and layered 6 sheets of pastry. Now I will layer the remaining nut mixture, and of course you can use your hands to spread it evenly. One thing I like to tell you guys, if you are ending up off-cut pastry, do not throw away in the bin. Use it to make some other food. I will use that one to make some pot pie. Instead of puff pastry, just layered Filo pastry, I will use them. So just use them up. And melted butter, if you run out of melted butter, whatever the quantity is written in the recipe, by all means again get some butter, melt it and use it. This is my second layer of pastry nuts, and now I will do 6 layers of pastry, buttering and layering the pastry. After second layer of nut mixture, I have layered and buttered 6 more Filo pastry sheets. This one I will put in the fridge for 10 minutes, so it will be easier for me to cut it and then bake it. But one thing please keep in mind, when you are layering and buttering the Filo pastries, do not press them too much. If you press too much, they may stuck together. So now this way, with buttered layer on top, it will go in the fridge for 10 minutes. After I put it in the fridge for 10 minutes, actually the reason you need to put in the fridge, because it is very thin pastry and with butter it is very soft. So after putting in the fridge, it gets a little bit harder, so it will be easier to cut. And you need to cut baklava before you bake it, because it is after baking it will be really flaky. You will not be able to cut it properly. And cutting, how you will cut it, the size, it will be totally up to you. You can make smaller diamond shape or bigger or small square. It is totally up to you. And when you are cutting the pastry of some baklava, that layered filo pastry, just you have to keep press and cut. You should not cut in one stroke. In that case, you will squeeze out the pastry layers. Here I have cut them in small squares, and now it will go in the preheated oven 160 degrees Celsius, and I will bake it for 40 to 50 minutes until it is golden brown in color, really nice golden brown in color. In my oven it took 40 minutes for me to bake, and this golden brown color. And when it is still hot, just out of the oven, need to drizzle the sugar syrup on top. Just evenly, you will hear a bit of sizzling sound. You can hear that. I have some leftover sugar syrup. It's all right. If you have any leftover, you can just keep it in the fridge up to 2 weeks. It will be fine. And this, when after drizzling sugar syrup, I have got some finely crushed pistachio. I will put on top of each pieces. It is just for decoration. It is optional. If you want, you can do it, or you can omit it totally. And after drizzling sugar syrup, you need to let the pastry cool down and soak few hours. It is better to leave it overnight. All baked pastry, they will soak up the sugar syrup, and in the morning they will be nice crispy with the syrupy, and that time you will be able to serve it. And when you are leaving it for overnight to cool down, do not cover it with the lid. Just want some dry tea towel you can put it on, so you need good ventilation. If you put the lid on, you will end up pastry will be soggy on the bottom. It will cool down from the overnight now. Next morning, here is the baklava ready. But one thing you have to do, that before you start serving, you need to cut again along the line where you have cut already. The extra syrup I have, or if you save some, this extra syrup you can use as well when you are serving. If anyone likes to have some extra syrup on their baklava, you can serve as that way. And also you can use any other types of nuts other than cashews and pistachios. You can use walnuts, hazelnuts, almonds. It is up to you. Hope you will have a go to make this really lovely rich dessert, nice and crispy filo pastry. The recipe will be in the description box. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and if you want to watch more videos like this, please subscribe. See you next time. Bye.